Whew. Let's try. Let's try to talk about Charlie without getting bananaed. We're gonna try. I'm gonna send out an invite. We're gonna try to talk about Charlie without getting bananaed. I'm gonna try to also change the
Hello. I'm sorry.
hello. I'm gonna try to change the screen so that you can get a little more you can get a bit more of the how do we do this?
Oh, I don't want to be the big one.
You don't want to be the true guest. All right, hold on. So hold on, let me
We can't do
uh
a 50-50.
let's see here.
Instagram doesn't even give you a choice. Maybe I should have chosen Instagram. Oh my god. You were really big for a second.
Oh wow, this has changed. Wow. Okay, give me one
We
second.
all have pain. Here, we go. Whoa. That's better.
You like that?
Yeah, that's better. Don't you think it's better?
Let's try this.
Oh,
Alright,
that's not bad.
try
That's
that.
small. Dog. Dog.
All right, that'll do. So what are your initial thoughts about uh, all of this? You said you didn't even know who the guy was.
I mean, like, I've heard his name. I've never watched like anything with him. I knew he was bad dude. I knew he was mega. I knew he was like I knew, but like I don't even think I've ever seen a picture of the man. Like that's
Oh,
how like much I don't know who that is. I do hear him being like the butt of liberal and leftist jokes on like some of the pods and stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like we're just like he's a bad dude. He just runs his mouth. Sounds like he just runs his mouth. And so yeah, so I don't know. When I initially saw it, I was like, oh, because like when we first saw it, he had not been confirmed dead, right? He had been shot, and I was like, well,
once it started coming through my feeds, I went to look in the most liberated spaces, and that I saw it from multiple angles.
the
And
pubic
I said to myself, it's going to be very hard to,
recover.
it's going to be hard to, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Oh,
yeah.
wait, voice rings. What is this? Join Gimme the Mic voice ring. It says Gimme the Mic. What is
Is that
this?
going to
Join
just put
Gimme.
us into audio? We're just playing here, y'all. Um,
Anyway, keep going.
yeah. So I mean, I just posted this on Threads before we got on here, which is like because I don't really know who the dude is, so I shrug my shoulders. I still struggle. My thing with people that are maggots and mega people and follow Charlie down that pipeline and follow other people down that pipeline is like I literally don't understand how you bypass all of that empathy for like humans. And then like I'm like, well, I don't really care. Like actually earlier when somebody texted me about it, and I was like, like in all honesty, I'm struggling not to like laugh because like, what do you think is going to happen when you have all of these flashpoints happening and you're squeezing people left and right with the government? And I just like I really struggle, and I was struggling with my empathy, right? Because like, and then acknowledging that white supremacy, Delulu loves to steal our empathy, but
Hmm.
also this man deserves Nothing. He got what he got because he was hateful. Like,
He
there is a
actually he
reason
actually
why he
went
got what he
out
got.
he went out onto the internet and said that he didn't believe in empathy and that empathy was overrated and that empathy should be taken out of society. And
Right. He followed in the steps of an AZI-ism and in the steps of white supremacist Delulu and the things that like you and I know are wrong. But then literally right before I got in here, can you share the live to Deconstruction Junction? Niecy's asking.
yeah,
Um, thank you. I just saw that pop down. But right before I got on here, somebody that I've never actually met them, but we were friends on Facebook because I bought something from them once. And anyway, they were like, I don't ever share my political views. I sent a screenshot into Deconstruction Junction because immediate block. They were like, I just loved him. He showed me the way. Da 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 da. Da. Like
yeah,
where and then I like get to thinking like how like
the indoctrination of it all.
right, and how do we like prevent that when people literally think he's a savior? Right, it breaks my noggin. And again, I'm like, but I also know that like we have to maintain our humanity and our empathy. Like we fighting white supremacist Delulu have to maintain that, but I refuse to care about this man because
Do you think that in this discussion or in this afternoon that we've lost our humanity or our empathy?
I don't think you and I have. I think there are some
No.
people like
I
that
was
clubhouse room that
I was pulling like a poppy water. Like, is there a rock in my pocket when you say we? Like, what are you?
Poppy Wada, where's the can of water at the store?
Ah, yeah, with the can of water and the rock in my pocket. Like where? Yeah, like,
But I see it on the internet, you know, like and I saw you respond to something that I had reposted, which was like keep the conversation in your group chat. And I agree. I think we should be having the conversation everywhere, right? Because this is a big conversation. This is a nuanced conversation. This is something that like there are so many layers to this that like
this is because
need
this
to
is
be talked
for
about.
because
And it,
for evangelical people who don't look like me. He's like this is their MLK.
hey Nisi, I'm glad you made it. Right. And if you're able to, I think you can come up and join if you want to.
Sure
Um,
can.
yeah, and you can be on audio. You don't have to be on video. Um, so yeah, so like I don't okay, so to go back to that clubhouse room that we just left, like they were literally talking about, you know, we need to get as armed, da 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 da. We're gonna have a revolution, da 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 da. And I'm like, you all have lost the plot. You all have lost, like, again, you're not being empathetic. You're having wet dreams about war and revolution, and that's not going to solve anything either, you know, like
Nothing.
so that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying like I'm not going to care about this man. I'm not. He hurt so many people with his words. He like the crowd that was there was young YT men primarily, right? And that is
In
a
their red
hazard in
hats,
itself.
and then the women in their pink hats.
Right. And also, like, y'all, you're having the wrong, like, stop arguing if it's political violence or gun violence. Pew pew violence, excuse me. F1. It is all, it's all of it. 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 And it is NAZIism. And it is fascism. It is all of these things. You have to see the connection. Stop arguing over words. It is violence that happened. It's violence that happened. That's it. It is violence that happened. Stop arguing over labels. Anyway,
They were rallying around their causes.
right.
Their causes are to discredit. This is a gentleman who has discredited black people. This is a man who's discredited trans people. This is a person who did not have savory things to say about gay people. This is a person who said that to keep our Second Amendment rights, we're going to have to see a few people go. And the irony
And he
of it
went, child.
all.
He done went. Life comes at you real fast.
real fast.
real fast.
The trauma that ripples into that crowd was palpable. You could feel that people were kind of like, no one believes that the violence is going to happen until it actually happens to
Right.
them.
Careful there.
You could see the gentleman who asked him his final question saying, "Oh, sure, I'll just go and banter with you." They were having like a fun moment that did not end well. How do you feel about uh,
Roger
the
Neecy.
the so-called presidente? How do you feel about him wanting, or this allegation that he will lower all of the flags half staff and wants to have some mourning for this guy who was clearly a supremacist? Like he went on and I think he called Charlie Kirk legendary. But this is a known person who was bigoted, racist, homophobic, and problematic in the ways in which they stoked the flames of division in the country. This was not a person who was a champion for equality. This was a person who actually went out of his way to be supremacist. And for Trump to call him legendary over on Truth Social today, how do you think that plays into all of it?
Well,
They're gonna try to martyr him and make him like some kind of
yeah, I
sacrificial
don't think
lamb for their bullshit causes.
I don't think we should care. I honestly, and I've been saying this, I feel like for weeks now, that like the left has to stop caring about what D Trump is doing. Like literally, yes, it is happen. It's just like I just said, it is violence that happened. Trump is doing violence that happens, right? And that like has to be the like. They're not going to be. People are not going to be swayed to empathy and to equality and to equity by saying this is bad. This person is bad. They're going to be swayed by good people doing good things. So like, sure, we can Trump's going to do what Trump's going to do. They're going to lower the flags. What does that changes nothing for me. Right? Like, sure, honor this guy. I had somebody message me before I got on here that was like, I'm really struggling with calling Kirk an activist, right? Because like that term shouldn't be applied to a person like that. But honestly, he was active in his causes. Do I agree with his causes? No. Was he able to build a massive platform because people are willing to believe in that stuff? Yes.
Made millions off of being hateful.
Right.
Made
Right.
millions. Got
Millions.
famous, had millions of followers, and made millions of doll hairs
Right.
being
At
hateful
31.
towards. At 31, being
At
a
31.
whole asshole to swaths,
Right.
swaths of people,
Swans.
swath of
I
people.
have one daughter.
Michael Jackson called him Christmas.
Michael Jackson called him Christmas.
Christmas.
Like, yeah, I mean, and what you were pointing, so like, I kind of like shove any news, like I run the news podcast, right? In Love and Action Network, but I kind of like, I listen to it and then I'm like, okay, you just told me what Trump did, and so what is the left doing? Like what are the Dems doing? Oh, telling people not to be violent. I saw a thread before I got on here that was like, it was responding to the like violence is not the answer thing, and it said ask Martin Luther King, ask Malcolm X, ask all of these people if violence is the answer or not, right? Because every single one of them, like whatever activist that is passed that you agree with or follow, right? None of them said that violence was not an answer. None of them. So, like, stop it. The violence is here. Like, this is again, like, I'm right. I keep coming right back there. Like, the violence is here. The thing is in front of us. The thing is happening. What are you going to do right now? You cannot remove it. It is here. You cannot remove it. It is here. Trump is here. Trump was elected. Maybe. Trump is here. Trump was elected. Trump is running the country because no one challenged it. I mean, not no one, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
It was not universally challenged.
right, right. It was accepted.
People didn't care enough
Right.
to.
People were placating. People were complacent. In the same way that, like, I think in a way, like a lot of us believe that these right wing activists, if you want to use that word, because there's more than just Charlie Kirk, right? Like, I think that a lot of us, like, are just accept that they're rich and famous, right? We're just like, they're rich and famous. They're
They
going to
must
be
know more.
here.
They must know more than I do because they're
Right.
in
Like,
my face. They've been positioned in my face.
right. And so, like,
I'm getting bug spray.
that's,
Keep talking.
like, I do think that we collectively and individually can do a better job of like calling those thoughts out of the like why bother, the complacency, the things that cause us to just like accept the way it is, accept the status quo. Capitalism, white supremacist Delulu want us to accept the status quo, right? Are you okay? It's okay, girl. It's okay.
Had a baby wipe out on the play. Little
Yes,
toddler.
on the bookcase. Um, Not very far, y'all, and didn't knock their head this time. That was this morning in class. um, yeah. So, but also, okay. So, do you? The other question that I've been getting in my DMs since this happened is this the flashpoint? Like, do you think that there's going to like? And they were talking about this in that room. Do you think that there's going to be more violence? Do you think there's more targets on people and on certain groups of people just because somebody shot this dude, this hateful dude?
Um, I think that there will be. Uh, I think they're going to
Oh, we're switching towers, I think, y'all. Like that?
in the despair place. Well, I got two thoughts. I got two thoughts. Do you want my reality thought or my conspiracy theory thought?
I want all of your thoughts.
Okay, I'll go with my reality thought. First, I think that people who are in despair, people whose healthcare needs are not being met, and people whose groceries are rising, will do a lot of, let's just call them interesting things in order to be validated, seen, heard, and acknowledged. I got the bug spray. So if we go with the option of people not being seen, heard, and validated, I think that this is going to spin off a lot of copycat kind of events. If you go with the idea that he, about a month ago, said that he thought that isn't real, was going to actually get him, it could be an inside job. We don't know who wanted this man silenced. It's like even throat chakra day, and they got him.
12 hours early. Um,
Right. Um,
and y'all, please take my giggling as exactly what it is. I told y'all, earlier in this live, like I really when I started reading it, I struggled not to giggle because, um, that's my genuine reaction that you just saw. Um, I don't. Okay, so here's the thing, like.
I think I'll just add to that point. I think words are spells, and I think that he cast a lot of spells of hatred and division, and it came back to him. No, none of us would know if he were. Listen, if he were running Love and Action Network, encouraging, equipping, and empowering people, no one would know his fucking name.
No one.
No,
No,
no one.
no. Was it you that reposted the Betty White one where
Yeah,
somebody was like, yeah, so this hateful dude died at 31, was murdered at 31, and Betty White lived until 99 because she was loving. Like,
yeah. People are still like, oh my gosh, she's gone too soon, right? Gone too soon, Betty White. But like everybody that I have frequented, up to the light workers and the people who are on the side of justice are like, ding dong, the witch is dead.
yeah, yeah. Well, and I get the sense that a lot of people just don't quite care. Like, I mean, like, and this is what I told the people that were asking me about, like, is this the flashpoint? Is this the thing that's going to be the Civil War? Going to be? There's a lot of people that talk about revolution that aren't actually prepared to be in revolution, and also this is not the flashpoint. He wasn't big enough. He was not big enough. Like, yes, he made millions being hateful, and he was very popular. Oh my god, sorry, but okay, Piper.
No, well, in addition to that, like the people who would need to take part in, we're not Nepal. We're not
Right.
Nepal.
We're not Nepal.
We're not Nepal. We're not set up that way. Additionally, the people, I've been saying this for years, the people who would be part of a quote unquote race war, they are inherently too lazy to pick their own vegetables. They don't pick their own fruits. They don't process their own foods. What makes you think that they're going to show up? Everywhere that I've seen someone posit or put forth the idea of a race war today, um, everybody who said it has been sitting on their ass. Everybody. They've all been sitting on their ass. So I'm not going in that direction because even the Civil War that happened in this country had black and brown people at the front lines. And I've heard a lot of black and brown people today say, what does this have to do with us?
That's kind of where I'm at. He's spewing hateful garbage to mostly white people, and we know that white people are not empathetic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're in the, like, again, what has changed? Like, didn't I ask this? Like when Trump started signing all those executive orders, and I said, literally, what changed? What changed in the hour since he did that? Nothing. Nothing. What changed since this man was shot? Nothing. The violence is here. The environment that they stoke is here. And it has been here. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Literally nothing changed. MamaNeecy. There's MamaNeecy. It finally clicked in.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Hello.
I didn't know how to get on here. I was lost pushing buttons and pushing buttons again.
You made
Welcome to
it.
TikTok.
I Well, thank you. When I first saw you post this on WhatsApp, I didn't have a clue what was going on. So I'm a research person. I started reading and ticking off. I said, what the hell is going on here? I wanted to know, and I really didn't know. I never heard of this person. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So when I saw you guys have the TikTok one, I said, let me go on here. Because these are people that I trust. You guys, I trust you
Well,
people.
what?
I trust
So
you guys.
my first question to you is, what have you learned so far about him?
Well, what I learned about it so far was this. He is someone who likes to light fires, strike matches, and put them under your butt. That's what he likes to do. And guess what? Somebody took him serious, okay? So he burnt somebody with one of them matches, and this motherfucker killed him. That's what happened. It came back at him. He didn't expect this shit to come back at him, but damn it came back at you, okay? And when you were talking about Trump wants to have the flags at half mast, so fucking what? So what? I don't, Trump is going to do what he's going to do. He's just gonna do. My question is, what are we gonna do? That's my question. I don't want to hear another damn thing about what Trump said or what he got to do. I know what are we going to do. Okay, what are we gonna do? So yeah, I just you know what when I heard him go back, he was talking about during a school shooting that this is how we keep the. I'm like, this man, what the hell? He's talking about kids. You know, he's
Mm-hmm.
talking about kids, and he made a statement like that. So he got. I see it like this: you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Well, guess what? Your sword killed you. That's what happened.
That part. That part. And oh, do you know where the mute is over there so I don't get the blowback on your audio? You have to go into your settings, and if you push the little person, look, there's two little people on the
My
bottom right
screen
of your
is at the
screen.
bottom.
Okay,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
do what now? What now? I do what? Get
Do you
off
see the
them.
little microphone on the
There you
bottom
go.
of
There
the?
you go.
Oh
There
yeah,
you
she
go.
got it.
She got it. She got it. She got it.
She got it. She
Nisi
got it.
is
She got
cool.
it.
Nisi's cooler than half the people I know, and that's that's not hyperbole.
95%.
Oh yeah,
95% cool.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Um, without a doubt. Uh, there was a thought before my ADHD hit me that was going to talk about um this guy, uh, as Nisi shared, really liked to stoke the flames of people. He did not enjoy bringing people together in the harmony that we talked about earlier. Um, and there was one other thought that I had, but it skips me now. Um, but I don't think that today is any different than the America that we've been living in our entire lifetimes.
I don't. I mean, yeah. Like, and maybe this is the woo woo side of me. Maybe this is the empathetic side of me. But like, there have been flashpoints in our lifetimes that I think have lit things up. Like George Floyd. When George Floyd was murdered, the next morning I knew the world had changed. Right? I knew that the world was watching. Right? Like, and I knew the next. This. I, you know, like even Melissa and Mark that were murdered here, um, like
Oh,
nothing changed.
my thought just came back. Someone in the clubhouse space was saying one of the benefits of today is that someone is now aware that if you go to an American university and you put up a tent and you put up speakers and a microphone to spew hatred towards oppressed people, you might not live to see your dinner. And I think that is of great, well, I have to be careful, I'm on TikTok. I think that is an interesting thing to think about. I think that is a great thing to think about. This idea that if you dedicate your entire life to hurting people or to reducing empathy in the culture, the scales of justice are going to rebalance for everybody. We did not have, and it's been wild to see all of my evangelical friends and my conservative people that are still left on my Facebook. It's been wild to see them, as you talked about earlier, Tara, say, we lost a hero today. And I'm like, a hero? This guy was actually causing harm to people by the things that he was putting out. People have to know in this society that if you get famous for being hateful, bad things might happen to you. They might happen to you.
Right, I agree. I
A
agree.
person who champions uh, Second Amendment rights as something that a person should have in order to create violent conditions, unaliving or perishing from violent conditions, you know, that seems like karma to me. Go for it, Nisi.
Mike and I were talking about this over dinner because neither one of us was aware who this man was. We had a conversation. And this I believe in with all my heart and soul. Okay? All these white supremacists, they're sprouting out all this hate with their voice. There are many, 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 many organizations who are planning, and they're not saying a word. This is part of their strategy. See, they give us a telegraph. They think they're all that. They think they're so great and mighty. They're giving us telegraphs of what they're going to do. I know for a fact there are lots of organizations who are planning the strategy on how to deal with this, and you're not hearing a word from them until they are ready to strike. Until they are ready to strike.
So, what was the message today? Do you think that they got in the silos, in the silence?
I
Do you think they
feel
got the message in the silo, in the
I think
silence?
they did something Tara said or you said about Trump wanting to put the flags at half mast for this racist person. Okay, that's a strong. Come on, how clear does the message have to get? How clear does the message have to get? You
Called
are
him
honoring.
legendary. Called him
Yes,
legendary.
yes, you're honoring this racist, and how much clearer does the message have to get that we need to put things into action?
I think class solidarity and black solidarity has. Uh, I don't think there's been a greater time to talk about it, and so I'm grateful that you, MamaNeecy, our new panelist, in her 70s. This is why I do not. I'm about to wrap this up because my husband's going to call soon, so I'll transfer over to Clubhouse so we can continue discussion and the after party over on Clubhouse. But I want y'all to know that this is why I take no mess off of teenagers, 20 somethings, 30 somethings, 40 somethings, 50 somethings, or 60 somethings, 70 somethings, or even 80 somethings, because we have people who are 70 years young in our community who can figure out how to get up on TikTok in the early evening and make their voice heard. The rest of you are pretending to be asleep. There's so many people who are pretending to be asleep. Every day I encounter a 20-year-old somewhere that's like, I just don't know how to use the technology, Dr. Flo. I just don't have the time, talent, and treasure to come by and have a conversation for liberation, Dr. Flo. It's just, I just don't know. Meanwhile, because we are intergenerational here, we're able to have someone in their 40s, 30s, and 70s up on the stage being heard. What can we do in these times when we can do nothing else? We can release our throat chakra and be heard on a Wednesday night. And so that's one of the action items that we took today. We can talk more about it in the after glow of Clubhouse for a little bit before Tara goes to teach. But one action that we did take today was not to simply keep our conversation in the group chat and to just whisper about it. We rang the bell, and Tara showed up, and MamaNeecy showed up to lift voice to when oppressors are harmed. We do not care. We do not care at all. And I think this will be an example made for those who perhaps are looking up to this guy, but realize that some of the other things that he was saying or the things he was saying in whole are problematic for our country. And people who are wanting to come together in unity and create systems of equity and justice, we know exactly what happened today. Someone said, "This is a rabid dog. Put him down." Any other closing thoughts?
I'm gonna find the Facebook post because
I agree. I agree. This is a rabid dog taken down, and I'm going to say this. I am the woman when I was in the ninth grade, home from school sick, and saw them blow that president's head off of his body, and I saw it with my own eyes. I am the woman who joined the black Muslims in the 70s. I am the woman who became a part of the Black Panther Party, okay, because we have to stand up to this shit, okay? I remember going to Chicago to hear Elijah Muhammad live. I was in the audience. He was calling the white man the devil and dared him to say anything about it, okay? And dared him. We need that kind of in your face now. Okay. All right.
here's somebody from my Facebook that I thought said something. This is my closing thought. It says, "You can mourn gun violence in our country, and at the same time, not mourn the death of a man whose hateful rhetoric promoted violence against women and marginalized groups, and ironically, promoted gun violence himself. Someone does not deserve our respect or grief just because of the way he died. I judge each person by their fruit, and his fruit was rotten."
His fruit was rotten. His fruit was rotten. But you know whose fruit isn't rotten? Love and Action Network's fruit. I thank you, MamaNeecy, Terra Olo Studio, and I thank you, Andre and the Flow, Dr. Flow, for coming together and for raising our voice for change. As social movements develop, as breaking news unfolds, Love and Action Network will be at the scene to talk about how we feel about the world that we're inhabiting together and where we want to go together, loved and lovable. So, on behalf of MamaNeecy and our production team, Poppy Water 33, Terra Olo Studio, and myself, Andre and the Flow, we invite you always to return to the scene of our love crimes and to stay in your power, to stay in your joy, and to stay loved and lovable. I'll see y'all in the aftershock over on Clubhouse. Love ya.